What is going on, everybody? It's the Frost, and we're back again with another Electros clash from this past week's tournament, as we are taking on our current opponent right here. And let's see how this clash goes. Daybreak is now available to everybody who wants to go buy it. Pre-orders are over, so we're in the Daybreak season now. Frostfall is behind us, even though this is a clash of my Fire Thunder deck against a Morphrost deck. Can we get the win? We will have to wait and see. My opponent, as you can see, who's on camera first, will be the one going first. They won the dice roll, so they're going to get the draw first. They get to... Something I do tell people they need to do is make sure that you don't have your cards bent out so I can see them. I can clearly see it here, what they have and what they're trying to do. They're trying to figure it out. We're having a little conversation here about their playmat here. I can actually just, boom. And forget about that. They're going to play one face down. Put two face down. Always a smart thing to do. They're going to discard one. They're going to expend one and discard the Morphrost Lichen form, which allows you to expend one Frost Spirit and discard the Lichen form to search your deck up to two Morphrost not named Lichen form and add them to your hand. Which he does eventually, he does get, but he does end up playing the Indus form, allowing him to expend one Frost Spirit. Then search up to two Morphrost and send them to your underworld, which he does end up doing. And as you can see here, he's going to find two of them here. This is a very interesting deck, though, the Morphrost deck, which in my opinion is not powerful enough yet. Because Morphrost itself, and he's going for Lichen form, and he's going for another Lichen form. So all three Lichens are in the underworld. Don't know if that's a smart idea, but that's neither here nor there. My biggest thing about Morphrost is that if your opponent gets a 3-cost up, there are very few 3-costs that a fully powered Morphrost Abominable right now is going to hit over. Its max attack is 12. My deck has a Trifernal, and if I get that Trifernal up, then they're not going to win that battle. But they end their turn with that. I draw. I'm trying to sit here. I grabbed the wrong card here for a second here, as you're going to see. And I'm going to, and I pulled down Sonicore for some reason. I didn't mean to do that. It happens. What I actually meant to do is everyone's favorite little rabbit, put it down. You know, search for three, like look at the top three of my deck and play that. As you can see below me, this is during the tournament because I have Dan's A-Drive's stream on my phone watching, because in between his clashes, he was opening packs just to see if he hits a hit, like a reverse Stellar or a Stellar, or some cool full arts or whatnot. So I get my one card that I wanted. I'm shuffling here, and that's my hand. I'm shuffling, and I'm definitely like mixing the deck up a little bit, trying to make it a little bit more unpredictable. Pick my hand back up. I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to put two cards face down after all of that, and I'm going to end my turn because there's nothing else I can really do. Spirit count after one turn, 19 to me, 17 to my opponent. My opponent draws. They're going to then... They're looking at the spot, like... yeah, definitely looking to see what they can do. They're going to play a second Indus form. Very interesting. You're going to put one... You got to properly enchant it, and then you discard a Frost Spirit, which in this... I'm going to definitely say Morphrost is definitely a good... It could be probably a good add with one Abominable going to the Underworld. And a third Indus, which I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Not having that third Indus to be able to play it in as well as protect the back row. Because if I attack into an Indus form and I have face down runes, which I have two, that's going to pop both of them and prevent me from using those face down runes. But they throw it in the Underworld, getting their Morphrost Abominable if they want to get up later, boosting it up to, I believe, 4 right now. Maybe, yeah, I think 3 or 4. So, all they can really do right there, which, once that bat comes in, which I know a lot of people probably aren't too happy about the bat, the Morphrost engine can become a lot more dangerous, because once you get that Morphrost to like 15, or 14 or 15, it's going to be able to hit over almost anything. So I draw, I ascend obviously into my favorite, as you saw it in the first turn on accident. I ascend right into Sonicore, preventing all counter runes from being played. Now obviously I could attack into the Morphrost in this, but I would destroy a back row. Do I want to do that right now? No, so I end my turn. So my opponent draws, shuffle them out, figure out what they want to do, which is very interesting what happens here. As you see, they're counting the Morphrost up because they want to make sure that they can hit over the Sonicore. Eventually, because Sonicore right now is at 7 attack, and they're going to play Narpoon. Narpoon is an awesome new water Celestial, which is great to have in any Frost deck, because it allows you to find one-cost Frost Celestial. That could be a Morphrost, that could be a Cryo, that could be a Frigicub, that could be a Cryoling. They do pick the Morphrost Abominable form, so that is definitely going to be their win con. Obviously, is Abominable form. They did also let me know that they have Cryoscorch in here, so that's another chance. That's another win con somehow, is to get Cryoscorch up. I don't know if that's really that feasible right now with this, even though if they get a Cryoling on the field in the next turn or two, they could do something with it, maybe. Or, yeah, to get the Cryoling. But they end their turn right there. I draw. Really don't have anything I want to do, so I'm looking around, figuring out what I'm going to do. I will expend one to draw, simply because there's nothing in my hand that I want to play at this time. I have a plan. You know that plan if you watched a couple of my videos here. But I'm definitely going to expend one to draw. And I can't wait to play this actually with everybody, live in front of somebody else instead of doing it over webcam. Webcam's cool and all, but you can't get that same experience over, in front of each other, in front of somebody sitting across the room from you. I do play a third one. I do expend the draw, get nothing, put third one down, and I'm going to attack into the Narpoon, hitting them for 1. The spirit count after turn 3, as we are. I have 18 spirits. They have, 17. I should have 17 spirits, not 18, because I did expend 17. My opponent has 13. That is where we are right at this time. So, yeah. Close game right now. Close clash. It could go either way if they could get a... And unfortunately, as you see, they just drew a Resting on Your Laurels because they show a hand. They show their hand here. They can't play that right now because I only have 2 spirits on the field. They have 2 spirits on the field. So that card is practically useless right now for them. They can't do anything with it. They're going to expend, I think. Oh, no, that's right. That was because of the Narpoon destruction. That was what that was. That was paying the cost for that. So they're not really being able to do much here. I mean, Resting on the Laurels would be awesome to have, but right now they cannot play it. Due to the fact that I have 2 spirits on the field, they have 2 spirits on the field. It's only if there's a 2-spirit differential. So if I was to destroy both of their Morphrost and then they pull into play it, they can because of the spirit differential. They are counting up to see. Obviously, the obvious play here is to play their Abominable form, which is why they're counting up to see about how many Morphrost they have, because it gets +1 for every Morphrost in the Underworld. And that is going to be their play, isn't it? I think from what we can see here, even though I don't like looking at their cards. This is why I tell people to hold your cards back so they can see it. They are going to play the Abominable form. That is the only play they have. And unfortunately, they only have, I believe, 5 Morphrost in the Underworld at this time. So he cannot hit over my Sonicore because it's only at a 6. If they had the Mountains of Boreas put on the field, they could crash into my Sonicore, destroying both, but burning them for 1 spirit as well because of the spirit differential. But because of that, they are looking at that Resting on Your Laurels, hoping to play it. But because they have 1 extra spirit than I do on the field at this time, they can't use it. And that is a shame to see how that goes. It's that's a good way of getting Sonicore off the field, is resting. But unfortunately, because of the spirit differential on the field, I have 2, they have 3. I'm actually behind spirit-wise on the field. They look like they're going to put him in defense position, but they don't for some reason, which in my opinion would have been a smart play. Like, honestly, there's no reason to put them in attack position. My turn here. I'm going to draw. Here comes the big play. I'm going to play Volcanic Forge right off to the side there. I got to get a better camera angle for all this. I play Volcanic Forge. This is actually a very more cheaper play, but I'm going to play Exalt Flare. I'm going to Nexus from the Volcanic Forge to Exalt Flare, allowing me to extend into Blazerous. I'm going to attack both Indus forms, which is going to pop both of my back row, costing them what should be 2 spirits each, because I have 3 on Blazerous. They only have 1 on the Morphrost Indus forms. However, I foolishly did not do the math right, so they only expended 2 spirits at all. So the spirits at the end of this should be, honestly, with how everything goes here, we'll talk about that in a second. Now that allows me to take Blazerous into Trifernal, which I will say this again, adding Exalt Flare to Fire made getting Trifernal out so much easier. Because there's not too many times you're going to catch somebody with a Blazerous, getting a Blazerous up, being able to attack into 2 Elestrals at a time. Now the Exalt Flare's there, if your opponent has 2 small, less than 7 attack, or less than 7 defense Elestrals on the field, you can get that Blazerous up on 1 turn, and then destroy those 2, get your Trifernal up, and then attack again. Just adding Exalt Flare made so much more difference to a fire deck, and I love it. So I'm going to bring the Trifernal up, and because I destroyed those 2 Indus forms, which I could have probably destroyed the, Morphrost first with Blazerous, because it was only at a 6, but the Abominable form, but I didn't. I did the 2 the things. So, Trifernal has to attack in the Morphrost Abominable because he's at an 8 instead of a 6 or a 7. Well, no. If I would have attacked, first, got rid of the blood, but yeah. I had to attack into the Blazerous, or the, Abominable with Trifernal because of that, and then I hit him for 2 more, so that's another 5 damage. Now, if we would have counted the, spirits right when Blazerous was up, he would have been down to 3 spirits. 3 spirits. He's down to 5 because of the miscalculation on Spirit Differential. He would have been down to 3. But hey, this is all casual. There's nothing professional about this. It's just having 2 guys during the tournament, having some fun. And that's what we got here. We got some fun. Now, that's their turn after they get all those spirits down. They're down to 5 spirits right here. The next play is the smart play to do, which is the only play to do right now. Obviously the biggest play here, and obviously they're going to play Resting on Your Laurels, which is going to get rid of Sonicore. And thankfully I had Sonicore on the field when they go to play Resting, because with Trifernal being on the field by itself, if they would have played Resting, that would have destroyed Trifernal and I would be out of Elestrals on the field. But thankfully, and Sonicore did what it needed to do. It made it so I didn't have to play Helios Chariot Ride on my turn to prevent them from preventing me from getting Trifernal onto the field. So getting that double combination of Sonicore and Trifernal, I've done it a few other times. This one I don't understand what this is, but they try to do a Tsunami. They don't have any water spirits. They are going to expend to draw. They are going to expend the draw. They do lock into a Ambrosia. Which they're going to get 3 spirits back. 1 of course being water, so they can't play that Tsunami. This is the best thing for them to do. They get 2 water back. And a Frost. Not going to say anything about the Frost. If they have a Cryoling in their hand, it probably... See... What I don't get what they do here is they are going to play that Tsunami to put my Trifernal in defense position, even though they expended so they can't cast an Elestral. Why would you play it there? what you should have done is wait a turn. Because I know that they are that tsunami there. I'm not going to attack into them on my next turn. So I'm gonna have to wait and see what they do. I draw. I play resting. I play drops the leaf. I'm sorry. I put Blazerith and my own resting back into my deck. Shuffle, and I draw 3 cards. So, and the thing of it is that I don't know why I put that Ambrosia there. I don't remember using it, so I don't know why it's there. I play Eruption to knock them down to 2 spirit, to like 1 spirit, I'm pretty sure, because they had 4 after playing the Tsunami. They had 4. And then because they didn't have enough to hit back with a counter ruin, I hit them for Trifernal for the win. Now, what I would have done if I was them is I would have made it so that I wouldn't have attacked with, I wouldn't have used that Tsunami, so that I would keep them. That would have had them a way to keep me from attacking this turn. They still have 4 spirits left. They still have 5 spirits left. Then they could come in, and if they so happen to have another resting, say they have a second resting, they could have pulled that resting out, played that resting. I lose Trifernal, and this clash goes completely different. Even though I have 14 spirits going into this final turn. Yeah. So this was a fun clash here. A lot of fun with these weekly tournaments. If you are new to Elestrals, make sure to check out Elestrals Play Network if you want to join up for that, and then join in the Discord for weekly tournaments. We do them every Tuesday. They're starting on the 28th. They're going to be starting to do weekly app tournaments for people who don't have cards like in hand, but actually want to play Elestrals with others. But hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Let me know what you think about this clash here, and I will say that trying to get having Sonicore on the field before you get Trifernal on, actually, and doing the nexusing with the Forge or a Stadium is better, because I don't have, I saved a lot of spirits doing it that way than I did Hephaestus, even though I will do Hephaestus if I have to. Until then, my name is the Franz, and I'll see you guys later.